I'm your host, Nick, the Duke of Hobbies, and joined by Jake Panux Abrams for Triple P's Around the Board, the debate show where the tough questions are asked and the responses are judged. For 2 10-minute rounds, players respond to specific questions. They will get points rewarded or removed by your host. Players can also be muted to give other players a chance to respond. There will be one bonus round question between rounds for additional points. Winning player will get 1 minute free rant period to talk about whatever they want. With the rules established, let's meet today's players and go around the board. And today, we are joined with a nice mix of players. So we're going to start off with Ryan from Pittsburgh.
What's up, guys?
And then we also have the Whimsey Watch himself, Chuck.
Hello. How's it going?
With a face this time.
I do have a face. It is
also,
for real.
Also joining us is Chill himself, Matty.
What's going on?
And the Eterna God coming back from Players Cup 3 here, Steven Maxlow from FTK.
What's up, boys? How y'all doing?
All right. Well, guys, everyone, again, we're super excited to have everyone here today. Jake's going to start round one off with this fun topic we thought, because exactly what's going on, what has come out. And that topic is, what will be the best deck in the team up through battle styles when it is all said and done? So, when Jake, you are ready, I'll start the bell and you call someone out to start the conversation.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's start off with Maddie.
All right. Best deck. I mean, I think it's going to take a while for everybody to figure out the format for sure. We saw things like the Urshifu come in, both Urshifus, which are definitely pretty good. I think Rapid Strike's going to be better, which I think is a good contender. I think that Corviknight is absolutely ridiculous. I think that metal archetypes are still very, very good. But if I had to pick one, I would just say Welder. At the end of that last format, it seemed like Centiskorch, Persephone, Welder decks were definitely at the top. I don't really see anything coming in and taking them off their pedestal. And I think it's a safe pick, but it's probably just the most logical pick. So I think it's up in the air between like a Senti or a Persephone Tempozar type deal. But Welder deck for sure.
Welder deck's fair point. Okay, Ryan.
I'm going to have to say that Corviknight VMAX is going to be the best deck.
Why?
I like to hear that.
And upon that?
I think it's tanking potential, being able to use Cheryl to just gain an entire turn on your opponent. You're just making them waste a turn. So I love that. Metal Transfer Bronzong is a busted card. You can retreat into a Zacian knockout and just say, okay, yeah, just hit me. Okay, yeah, I don't even care. I can run Rusted Sword in the deck and great. I'm going to hit you for 260.
It's a gross deck,
my math.
It is. We want to hear from Eterna God next.
I think the best deck in the format when the battle styles is really hashed out and finished will be some form of Rapid Strike Urshifu for sure. Just because of its combo potentials, its playability. Like, if the good players get a hold of it, they can really break that card and break the deck, and you'll end up seeing it with a ton of success in the future for sure.
I agree.
All right, Chuck, Whimsy Watch.
I'm going to have a different take on this because I think we're going to ask the same question when Battle Styles is over, and we're all going to give the same different answers because not one of them is just going to be the complete best that we've seen. Like, you're going to still have, I think, 5 decks competing for the best deck in the format. I mean, I don't think Urshifu is going to come in and run house. I mean, it probably will scare off some Eternatus. I think Eternatus can still be played because, I mean, you still got to be just as fast as Eternatus to take out Eternatus. So otherwise, it's taking you out.
Yeah.
I still think Corviknight's going to be good. Other metal decks are still going to be good. Zacian's still going to be good. That makes Fire even better because then you're hitting them for weakness. So they're still going to be around. It's just, I don't think you're going to have one single best. It's not going to be like, this is the Urshifu show at the end of Battle Styles. I think, hopefully, and it is a good thing, you'll have a nice wide open top field.
Okay, so you said Urshifus probably won't be the top meta. Do you guys feel that both style Urshifus are just a little too slow to set up? Maddie, I saw you kind of...
I've said this plenty of times with my friend Zach as well, who is a high-level player. I personally couldn't see anything like the single strike Urshifu being viable because it's just not fast enough for the meta, with fans coming out, with hammers coming out. Personally, like, I don't think it's a bad deck, but Rapid Strike is different to the point where you just need that single attachment to hit for the 150, which I think is really underrated in general. And I think that to bounce off what Chuck said, I think, and this is, sidetracking a little bit, but there's a really good, nice power triangle going around right now between the Psychic decks, the Fighting decks, and the Dark decks. So Urshifu, maybe Dragapult, Mew3, and Eternatus, right? I think that we have a nice power balance between them. Going back to what I said with Welder, we have really great fire decks, Welder decks, but we don't really see any great water decks in the format. And definitely no grass because of how powerful Welder is. So I think that, one of those power triangles is complete. So I think to that, at that extent, I think Chuck's completely right. I don't think there's going to be one that emerges. And if there is, it's going to be Welder just because there's nothing really in check for it.
I think great players are going to be bringing Blastoise VMAX into tournaments soon.
Let's go.
It's gonna. I guarantee it's fire decks are strong. Fire decks are good. Fire decks are weak to water. Blastoise VMAX has full blitz, doing 120 damage and getting 3 water energy out of the deck. The deck doesn't really need Frostmoth as much as it needs anything else that gets this Blastoise set up. Once you get one Blastoise set up, you can just hit for 120 and then and the numbers work so well. So you get your energy out onto the bench, powers up a second attacker, you attach for turn, next turn, hit for 220. Those numbers are so beautiful. 120, 220, that's 340 damage. That knocks out every VMAX. Okay. So Blastoise VMAX probably going to be shaking up the meta here soon.
I mean, Big Charm exists, but I'm not saying you're wrong at all.
Yep. It also
Welder loses to itself though.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Why is that?
At the same time, Welder's still winning, so that
Yep.
Do you want to expand upon that, Max? Though.
It's Welder is one of the most powerful supporters in the game for sure, but it's also so many combinations you have to in order to play Welder. Like you have to have the energy in hand. You only get to draw 3 cards, so you can lose to yourself in that aspect. And plus, Marnie's a supporter card out there that disrupts your hand a little bit. Reset Stamp can disrupt your hand. Power Plants can mess up the flow of the games too. So. Welder decks right now are super powerful. I mean, look at Sunday Open that just happened yesterday.
Right.
It was dominated by Welder decks. I'm not saying they're going to be bad. I'm just trying to defend my boy Urshifu here real quick.
For sure. No, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, Chuck, you have anything on that?
Well, I was going to say it will take. We have to see who comes up with Pikarom, how he's still going to live.
Because
Pikarom's
the deck that won't die. So. Someone's going to come up and it's still going to be around if it does drop down, which it really I don't see how it's going to maintain itself with Urshifu's presence. But if it drops down, then you will see more Inteleons, and then you will see less. But then you're going to see them take advantage of those fire matchups because Inteleon against the Centiskorch. You're really going to like that because you're hitting for a lot bigger and you're taking out bench damage and you're sniping energies if you want. So
Inteleon's huge, man. It's still so popular overseas and stuff too. It doesn't get the respect in our format, our local sort of environment online. Yeah, it definitely could. It's really good. It just
with Tapu Koko, you guys don't think that the VMAX is gonna have any effect on the meta and the water decks if you start seeing those pop up?
No.
I think it'll just be Peak, right? No one's gonna choose to play Koko over Peak.
Yeah, it's just Pikarom. Yeah. Tapu Koko V from Rebel Clash. Check myself.
Yeah.
Tapu Koko V from Rebel Clash is very good, but even still 3 energy attach, you're going to probably be using Electrode from Vivid Voltage, and that's going to give them a knockout. You're going to be getting your energy acceleration that way. Yeah, it's your prize trade-off isn't really great.
I think V was from base set.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but same difference.
Yeah.
Oh, you're losing a point for that one, right?
Oh no!
Make me.
Nobody's brought up ADP.
I want to bring him up because I do think if there's one deck type that's going into this that might get better because of battle styles, I think it's ADP. Because of the 5, what battle styles is bringing, it doesn't mess with any of their matchups because ADP doesn't care about resistance. Doesn't care about weakness. It's just can I get Alter Creation off and can I boss twice?
Yeah.
The game plan for ADP hasn't changed. So it's really just, can I still do it before you get to VMAX form because VMAXs are harder for me to knock out.
Yep, for sure. I think ADP is always going to be around because there's nothing that really super keeps ADP in check. like you see with other decks, like Eternatus or, like grass decks, for example. But like, I do think Victini VMAX is a very good matchup. I think people, and this is kind of where the Chrycephalon thing comes into play, because I do think that like Blounds and Reshi and Cramorant do very well against ADP in general. But with Victini, I've seen people just replace, like the Blounds with Victini, or play Senti Welderbox kind of, and just replace Senti with Victini, because you can have the Reshi to just 300 KO ADP. Victini obviously 2 energy just KOs Zacians, so I think that has a pretty decent matchup. I don't know though. It's definitely. I mean, yeah, you're right.
All right, so Maxlow, what do you think about that?
By ADP,
Yeah,
ADP is fine. I mean, it's it does what it does, like, and it's been the same since it started. I don't think it saw as much play yesterday because it wasn't new and exciting, and like Victinis and the Urshifus and all that. But at the end of the day, it's gonna stay like tier 1, 1.5 in the general vicinity. A bunch of people are gonna play it because it's very easily accessible. You can just go pick up ADP and you're chilling. But at the end of the day, there's more fire decks. ADP can be checked with more hammers, obviously. Hammers will always be prevalent. And if they want to get Gully and put Aurora energies and put Tex in, then Fan of Waves is a card too, but I don't know who's really doing that.
No, nobody's doing that yet.
Hopefully no.
Rapid Strike. So we got 30 seconds or so left. Anybody have any other 10 seconds? Okay.
Empoleon goes in ADP.
Empoleon. ADP.
Empoleon V.
I'll tell you what.
Empoleon goes in there.
We ran a bunch.
People playing Mewtwo with ADP. That's awesome.
We ran a bunch of tournaments in this last format. ADP didn't win a single one, although it always got like in the top 8, top 16. So I don't know if that'll change.
All right. Well, that's the end of the round here.
I don't know the last time ADP won a tournament.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, that's very good points. So, but yeah, I think it's a tough one. I thought everyone here, we had some really decisive decisions. Well, we're gonna keep the points hidden this time, so we're gonna tell you guys the points later.
Oh wow!
At the very end, so we're not gonna. But it's close. It is actually pretty close. I thought everyone brought up some really good points. Even Jake and I were like trying to chat in between this with you while you guys to discuss. But Ryan, you did lose 1 point for having the wrong set. No. Yeah. All right. Well, that ends the round 1, so we got to go into round 2. So let's go into the bonus question here. So let me make sure everything's set up for that. Going into the bonus question. Today's bonus question it's another trivia one. Rapid Strike style is water type because of a famous martial artist. Who is that martial artist? All right, and so no Googling. We'll be right back. And all right, yep. And to start off the bonus round, again, the question is, Rapid Strike style is water type because of a famous martial artist. Who is that martial artist? So let's go to you, Mac. Steven, let's start with you.
I'm going to go Bruce Lee.
Okay. Maddie.
Yeah, I'm going to say, what is Bruce Lee?
Go Jeopardy on us. All right, Chuck.
I'm going to go with... who is Katara from Avatar? Because I have no idea.
I love it.
I should have said real martial artist. All right, let's go with you, Ryan.
I'm gonna say Mr. Flow like water. Bruce Lee.
There. Yeah, and just because of the way you said it too, that is right. It is Bruce Lee. Flow like water. Good points for everyone except for Chuck here on that round.
I think Chuck should get like 3 points for bringing up an Avatar character.
I'm gonna give him 1 for it, but I'm giving everyone else actually 3 for the bonus question there.
I can live with this.
I'll take it.
All right. So let's get right back into getting into round 2 here. So all right, round 2 is. This is more of a trickier one that we wanted to have. Again, a little more open-ended from what we normally are used to showing and talking about. But it's best consistency support card in Battle Styles alone. So we have that new set that came out. But what is the best consistency or / support card that's either a trainer or a Pokemon? So we're gonna start off with we'll start with you, Chuck, and round has started.
Oh, okay. I think that's going to depend. I think Rapid Strike, you got to go with Octillery and then just Arena's Focus. Isn't that a Rapid Strike card?
Yes.
Yeah, you can just go grab one when you need to draw up to 6 cards. So that seems like a really good consistency combo when you need it. On top of everything else that you can use with Crobats and things of that nature. That's going to be just for Rapid Strike. But overall, I think you're going to see the same consistency cards you've been seeing in Crobats and Dedenes.
Well, just sticking within Battle Styles itself, ignoring everything else.
Oh, you mean not the format, just from that Battle Styles? Then those two are the best two that are going to come out of it. I mean, Houndoom is really sweet, but I don't see another way for Single Strike to combo into drawing more cards off of Houndoom. So
yeah.
How about you, Ryan?
I have to say I'm between Level Ball and XP Share.
Oh, okay. So why Level Ball?
Level Ball is just great for water decks. Snom Frostmoth, very easy to get those out. It's very great for getting out a lot of the other support Pokemon, like the other one I like, and that's Cherim.
Yeah.
Very great for getting out these supporting Pokemon that don't really attack, have a lot of utility. So with the utility Pokemon, it's very helpful to be able to have consistent ways of getting them out and
That's
not
Salazzle deck?
have the options. Yes, the Salazzle deck. Yes, you
Every
sir
card
know
is.
what I'm talking
You
about.
got them ready.
Yeah,
You sir
plus
know what I'm
1 point.
talking about.
Plus 1 point.
We just cracked the box. So yeah, the Salazzle deck is loving it. I believe that any non-roll box Pokemon deck that is running any under 90 HP is going to love Level Ball, because you can use Level Ball, you can use it with Pokecom, it's basically like a quick ball that you don't have to discard with. So that gives you more options and versatility. It's a mix between quick ball and evolution in sense. And kind of like a Pokecom. It's just another card in that trifecta that makes it like a quadfecta.
Good points. Maddie, how about you? You seem to be agreeing with Ryan here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to do something different, but I do agree Level Ball is probably just an incredible, asset from the set. I'm going to say everybody's sleeping on Bruno. I think Bruno is actually ridiculous. It's like a mix between like Cynthia, but like also Rosa, because in a lot of these single prize decks, if something gets knocked out, you can literally just play the Bruno, which is shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 7, which is an incredibly powerful card. It's like Marnie, but better, but without disruption, right? It's just a mix between the two, but with that Rose effect paired in. I think it's going to see a bit more play in general, especially in single prize archetypes. I think Bruno's really good, but I also think Cricketune V is really good. It's kind of like a stamp proof type deal. Also, we still have a chance to play like Rose Engine decks. No spoilers for my next video, but Cricketune is good. It stinks that it's a 2-prizer now. It used to just be a single prizer, but I think Cricketune underrated. Bruno definitely underrated.
Gotta hit him with that diddle woo.
Is that the name of it?
How about you?
No, that's his Pokemon cry. Diddle woo.
Oh wow. Okay.
All right, how about you, Steve?
Plus 1 point. Plus 1 point.
I'm gonna have to agree with Maddie. I could go be different, but I mean, I think Cricketune obviously the best one. It's a Rangaroo from Sun and Moon for sure. It's like a worse Octillery, Abyssal Hand Octillery from the back in the day. And it's, even though it's still a 2-prizer, it's a basic Pokemon. So it's a lot better than the Silvally GX we have right now in the format, because you can just grab it. And you get that extra card if it's in the active, so it pairs well with Escape Rope, Switch, Air Balloon, all of them.
Great pivot. Yeah.
And it's an excellent pivot and excellent. It's just, I think it's the best support card in the entire new set that's come out for sure.
So Chuck, these guys are going Cricketune. What's your thoughts on Cricketune? You're the one who had it in the pre-release event.
Cricketune is legit. I mean, it's going to be a really good card. And it's gonna. I think it'll creep in. I don't know if it's the best thing to throw in now, because you still have the options for other supporters that let you draw more off the top. But it will be like the go-to, because I don't think Crobat will be able to handle it all himself, and people will like the consistency of 3 cards a turn that Cricketune will give you at least, or 4 with all of the other added switch effects that we do have that Maxwell has said. It's a good card. Like I agree that it's a good card. And off Ryan's point on level ball, that's the best consistency card for anything that's a single prize deck. Yeah. And like all of these other cards we're talking about, like Cricketune and Auxiliary, like they're niches, but like level ball is like gold standard for what is going to be single prize decks, because that's going to be 8 balls they can easily use to get Pokemon they need quickly.
Yeah.
And that's a lot more than they've been using recently, that are a lot more consistent than like a Great Ball or Pokeball. So
do you guys think that with the introduction of level ball then that we see better Mad Party builds out there?
Yes, I think it's already happening. I think we had a Mad Party do very well recently at a big tournament. I think Mad Party is just more consistent with level ball, and to that, respect, it's going to be a better deck. It was already a pretty good deck. Also, you're able to hit
played.
What's up? Yeah, I know. That's the thing too, right? I have always said that Pult is like, people need to play more Pult because it just has a great matchup spread right now overall.
It's like
still being disrespected. Pult?
Jake's getting really happy that you guys are talking about Dragapult.
Well, those two made a video already, and I'm in the process of making one. So
yeah, giant bomb. That's all I gotta say. Giant bomb.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Giant Bomb's filthy, bro.
Dude, unreal. It's such a good card. I don't know.
I know.
Okay, so
like
I want to add to this. So you guys kind of had a spread of a bunch of different cards that are good. Is there any existing card that gets better because of the new cards?
Dragapult.
Yeah.
As far as the consistency goes, is there any other card that's considered?
Oh, like consistency cards from past?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of a
I think a lot get worse. I think the Dene Crobat get worse because of Urshifu.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
No, that's a good point.
Maybe Marnie, just because like it's just gonna get better as time goes on. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe saying that.
I think Maddie's right on that. I think Marnie just gets a little bit more emphasis on the disruption because it's not a straight disruption like with Reset Stamp where it kind of you need to have the right time to play it. Marnie is going to give and take at the same time. And I think that disruption being able to be built in and not, suffer your deck completely, it gets better with time, like Maddie was saying.
I'll counter everyone's with this, is that with Cricketune then, actually, does that actually hurt Marnie so much that you see less of Marnie because of Cricketune?
It shouldn't hurt it too much, just because Cricketune still good against Marnie, to where like if you get 4 cards in your hand, you might be able to play like 2 or 3 of them, right?
Yeah.
And then you can just still Cricketune for a few. I don't know. I think that I don't know.
Unless you get Marnied into a busted hand where you can dump your entire hand, Cricketoon's not really going to do anything against Marnie, because it's either going to draw you at max 4 cards, which you get set to 4, draw 1, you're at 5, so now you have to at least play 2 cards, have it in the active to draw 1 card. If it's on the bench, you got to play 3 cards to get 1 card out of it. I don't think Cricketoon's going to affect Marnie at all.
Okay, does Cricketune make Rose good?
Yes.
I don't think nothing. I don't think anything's gonna make Rose good.
No,
it makes it playable though. I think it makes it playable.
Yeah.
It's gonna leave a window for. I mean, I've been low key playing Rose for a while now, but
yeah, you have.
yeah.
My deck is also nowhere near meta, but it's just it does make Rose an option more, because now you're not. There's a Pokemon that you can have on your bench that will at least hopefully start the car back up again after Rose kicks it out the window.
Just gonna say this Rose is just a worse welder.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
Maddie, you were saying something?
I made a video a little while back, which was when Delmise V came out. It's a very good free energy grass type attacker. And I ran the Rose engine. Everybody just kind of runs Rillaboom, but I think with Cricketune, like Delmise with Rose, Cricketune is actually not a bad deck. I was going to run Rose with Flapple, but then you're kind of just hoping, like you're typically wanting to just play Cheryl, and you can kind of play slow with that Flapple V, so it just didn't really seem necessary. But again, the deck that I'm working on right now does incorporate Cricketune and Rose. So
Cricketune Rose is great.
All right, well,
you have anything there?
Last 15 seconds. Let's go to Steven.
Max though.
Yeah. I mean, that's really it. Like, Rose can be playable for VMAX Vex because of Cricketune, but will it though? Like, I mean, if there's better options for other than Rose, then you're gonna take those instead. So it just depends.
Okay.
Can I say something? One last thing real
I'll
quick?
let you finish it off.
Ditto VMAX. You can run Rose with Ditto VMAX, and whatever energy type you choose, you can build around other tech attackers in your deck. So that's something to consider as well. I think that could also be playable.
Ah, good point. Good
Ditto
point.
has probably the highest potential of any card that came out recently.
All right. That is the end of the round, though. Clicked that too many times, actually. There we go. Okay, so to end the round, and to end today's around the board with, we have Chuck coming in at 18 points. Then tied with second is actually both Maddie and Steven. And coming in first, getting his 1 free minute rant to start right now, is Ryan. So congrats, Ryan. You get 1 whole minute to talk about whatever you want.
Salazzle's going to be great once ADP rotates.
That's it.
Yeah.
You got 50 seconds.
Make sure to follow the Pittsburgh Pokemon podcast because they're full of great guys. Join the Discord. I'm in there posting lit polls. You just cracked the box. Go in there and give me some Rapid Strike or Single Strike. Let's go. Start a debate. Who's the best Rapid Strike attacker? Who's the best Single Strike attacker? I love talking on there. It's great. Come and join.
27 seconds.
All right, Rose is going to be great because Crickettune's in the format. Corviknight VMAX is going to be best deck in format. Victini VMAX is a very versatile attacker, but he's probably going to suck because Corviknight just says, I don't care, you can't hit me for weakness, and I'm going to heal up your damage and smack you again, goodbye. Cherum's going to make all 3 prize decks cry.
There you go. Not bad with that. All right, well then, thank you again, everyone, for joining us today. So I hope you guys all had a good time. Let me just hit that and everything. And let's sign out here with thank you again for watching us today, and thank you to today's contestants. Again, we had Matty Chill GTC himself, Stephen Maxlow of FTK, Chuck the Whimsey Watch, and today's winner, Ryan of Ry4gaming here at Pittsburgh. If you enjoyed this, we'll be back next week here on YouTube with different players, more Bernie questions, and another time to go around the board. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and take a look at another one of our videos here. Also, if you haven't done so yet, hit subscribe. It goes a long way in helping us grow. Remember, we release a podcast episode once a week on all the major platforms. We also stream every Friday on Twitch and make a Whimsey Watch monthly report. As always, thanks for watching. Triple P out.